It feels like it's in a lot of the country is struggling with obesity, with chronic disease, like you mentioned. And it really feels like there's a health crisis.
Hmm.
Is that true, or am I just making it up when I like land in these cities and I'm seeing everyday Americans walking around?
Yeah, no, there's absolutely we're experiencing a lifestyle related chronic disease issue for sure. And we see that in rates of, cardiometabolic disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, all of these like cardiometabolic conditions. We're seeing them continue to increase. And there's been a bit of a leveling off, but that's because they're so high. The rates
It's
are
like,
so high.
what are the rates right now of obesity or type 2 diabetes in Americans? Do we know?
I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know that over 50% of Americans have some sort of chronic condition that is mostly lifestyle related chronic disease.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, does that mean they're on medication or they're just, dealing with a chronic condition?
Those are diagnoses. So,
Diagnosed.
yeah, so they're dealing with a chronic condition. It doesn't necessarily mean they're on medication, but many of them are.
Wow.
Whether it's a statin for high blood pressure or metformin for type 2 diabetes.
And Jessica,
Insulin.
it sounds like a lot of these things can be preventable or reversed. Is that correct?
Whether or not they can be reversed, I think, is still to be understood.
Okay.
But many of them can be prevented in the sense of like reducing risk and at least prolonging, right? Because we should be clear that chronic disease is a function of age. And so as we have an aging population, which we do, we're living longer, right? And we're living longer and longer, you're going to see increased rates of chronic disease either way. But we have an acceleration that is something that we don't need to have, right? So there's a little bit of it that's just a function of age, but most of it, especially in lifestyle related chronic disease, is a function of our environment and kind of our lifestyle factors.
Yeah.
And particularly like people getting chronic diseases earlier and earlier in life, which is what we're starting to see.
Because that didn't happen 50, 70 years ago, did it?
Not as much. Sure, certainly not. No.
Right?
Yeah.
And the main cause of that is food related.
Yeah, lifestyle related. So food, exercise, movement, stress. But yeah, a lot of it has to do with food
Wow.
and our food environment.